for once, should tell you how well they're playing.
Well, they've made it here.
Yeah, it's been a scary time for us ever since we saw the game announced. Thankfully, I'm going to abstain from this point on. Lads, enjoy.
Here we go, Chiefs. This is by far the biggest game of the day so far. One of these teams will not make it into the start of tomorrow's playoffs, into that top 8, which is going to get harder and harder to make it to. As time goes on, Furia, the new boys, they've flown out to North America, and this is what they're producing.
I think Squishy's used to seeing Garrett G pull this move out of the net, redirected behind the last guy. Squishy never even saw him up there till it was too late. What a shot from Card.
I mean, Furia, the team that went to the World Championships and went so far, the series of the entire tournament up there against Moist. But wow, the finishing was a little bit better there than it was just now from Yan, who somehow managed to miss that one twice. First the post and then off the crossbar. But Furia, they are starting this one so quickly. NRG completely penned back right now. But it's a lot of games to play, you know, best of 5, you'll at least have 3. NRG are going to have to use all of their experience to slow this one down and try and grow into this first game.
It's definitely the way forward. The only way that I've seen ever have any sort of consistency against any team from South America is all ball control, all pace. Garrett G, I'd love to know if he didn't hit this one on purpose, because it definitely threw the defense for a loop. I think Yanks was expecting, obviously, a clear there. So was the defender on the goal line. And unfortunately couldn't do anything about it. I don't even think Garrett G was trying and follow that. He didn't even have to touch it again.
I mean, to be fair, one of the critiques levied against NRG in their quote-unquote downfall is that they have become too clean and too perfect. You know, a player like Justin, he's so good mechanically, but he's always going for that perfect double touch, the clean play. The fakes and the misses and the bumps and the demos are something that NRG have been missing. So I'd like to think that Garrett G went for that fake, because if he did, it completely worked.
One way or the other, they do find themselves equalized, which is nice to see, but long road forward considering the heat that everyone knows Furia brings to the table. Nice little dish to Yanks. Garrett G, such an awkward ball to handle, and does so beautifully, leads it out to Squishy as well, and in time. Nobody able to make it back despite the slow bomb from Squishy at the midfield.
Lovely redirect there from Squishy, and a good clearance from Garrett as well to find his man. Exactly where he wanted to put it, and NRG have turned this one around. Obviously it's very, very early days in this series, but in that first 30 seconds even, you know, you can sort of get a feel for how a series is going to look sometimes. I was thinking, this is going to be a backs-to-the-wall performance from NRG, but credit to them. You know, they clearly had a game plan, and it is to slow things down, be very deliberate with their touches, make sure everything connects and works. And that's what they want to avoid, those double touches that worked, not double touches, sorry, those double commits. It worked out well because Justin's clearance was so good, but they did waste a little bit of boost there, so they need to be careful about that one.
It is dangerous if you find yourself out of position. Squishy able to handle the strong flick to the top corner on the opposite post, but everyone misses, and Yanks finds the crossbar again. He's had a lot of great shots today, and also a little bit of missed accuracy when you think he should be burying them. A little hot and cold for him so far.
All he needs to do is bury one, and there it is. Eventually, he was always going to. A man in the discussion for the best in the world. He does not miss 3 clear-cut chances in a row, and that's an equalizer for Furia.
Clearly, the answer was take a lot off of it. It'll go under the crossbar. Perfect.
Yeah, no, it's actually a really nice, delicate finish right there. You don't have to smash everything into the bottom corner of the net or the top corner of the net. Sometimes those nice, delicate, arced finishes are exactly what your opponents aren't expecting. NRG weren't expecting that one. What they are expecting is something from Card. He goes for the flip reset, but Justin was on the backboard, making sure he wouldn't be able to do it. NRG focusing on passing plays as opposed to solo plays so far, which has got them into a decent stead with 2 minutes left in this first game. Will they be able to unleash their own beast? Justin, can he get involved really in a solo sense? This one's falling towards Squishy. He shoots. Card scampers across the goal and clears it, but this is more good play from NRG.
Great pressure as well in the midfield. Nice challenge from Card as well to buy a few extra moments on defense. But you can't afford to miss the challenges when you go for them. Now the double commit started to come out from Furia. Card able to recover in time. Hard bounce in the middle over Squishy's head. That's going to be back into the open net. Garrett G was thinking he had time, and Squishy just got caught too far forward.
Furia just now realizing that they don't have to force the issue perhaps as much as they were in the first 30 seconds or so when NRG equalized. They can just wait their turn. It actually reminds me a little bit of the FaZe versus Optic series from earlier, where Optic took the lead and FaZe did learn that chances would come if they just played their game and didn't throw themselves at anything and didn't give away any freebies. Maybe Furia thinking the same thing right now.
Very possible. Squishy, little misdirection, but the demo is going to work against him here. Kyle, I don't even know what he's doing going for a demo in that situation. They don't even necessarily have the ball, but it works out for him.
Squishy just pulling the ball away from Justin as well. We got an absolute air hit afterwards. And NRG now have a couple of goals. They've got a chase in the last minute and 23 seconds. What that will do is make lots of pockets of space that Furia are going to love playing into. So I expect to see maybe 1 or 2 more Furia goals if NRG don't step up their game in defending, increase their pace and decision-making, which was their biggest set at the start, but now they are the ones trying to force it, and Furia are more than happy to punish them for that.
Look at the shooting lane from Card. I mean, Squishy, that's great pressure from Kaio. Kaio knows there's no world he's ever going to actually be able to score that. He's literally just trying to get Squishy to tip his hand there and force the touch around him. And Card is in a great spot defensively. Little fake kickoff here from Furia. And can they turn it into a goal? Justin already camped out on the backboard. Great save.
Almost, but it just shows that they're in complete control of this one. When you're busting out the fake kickoffs, you know, you feel supremely confident. They are starting to become accustomed to this region, this new region that Furia have moved to. What an amazing story that is, Achieves. You know, a team that were the best in their region and have followed another team that was the best in their region to North America and are trying to succeed here. That is what Rocket League Esports is all about.
It's a great opportunity for both Complexity and Furia, for sure. As we saw with Complexity last season, success is by no means guaranteed. It takes a lot of hard work. Both of them, in fact, in this round 5 on the first regional. It's no cakewalk just because you transfer.
No, not at all. But making it through the Swiss is the first real test that Furia have had. And that one is a beaut from them.
No cakewalk, as I see the most beautiful air dribble bump from Yanks and the perfect follow-up from Card into the net under the crossbar over 2 defenders. Just kidding. It's super easy when you're that good.
There was the fruit goal explosion as well, and I think that finish was the cherry on top of your cakewalk right there. That is just a thing of beauty from Furia. They're trying to play a little bit more expansively. Maybe make a statement against poor old NRG, but they could make it 3 for themselves if Squishy can win this 50-50. But Yanks, he steams in and blocks it away after the challenge had been made by his teammate, and that should be that for this first game. Furia are going to take it. A commanding victory in the first against poor old NRG.
Yeah, would you say that's a convincing and dominating victory, Cole?
I would say that, Mr. Shogun, if you're listening, is what a dominant victory looks like. That was, I think Furia were a bit of a step above NRG in that first game.
Listen, it was just the exact opposite of everything I said earlier on. And all of it only went down after I said it, okay? Not before it. But elsewhere, Complexity also doing incredibly well over in their series. They got the first game, however, they are a little up against it over in the second one. Optic up by a single goal with half the game left to play over there. As for V1 and Pittsburgh Knights, I'm going to get very annoyed at V1, by the way, because their screen between matches does not have the score on it. No. I'm not okay with that whatsoever. But it's V1 1-0 over on that one. I know that because I looked up and they were back in game. So that one did have the score over on it. So I would say the teams that we were expecting to go through, I don't really know who you guys had between Optic and Complexity moving on over in that round. Are you saying that now that they're winning, or
I would have say yes, no matter which way you dice it. That's kind of the beauty of it.
Absolutely. But I'll keep you up to date because these series are going at different speeds at the moment. But back over to you guys.
Thank you very much, Shogi. Yeah, everything going as expected in North America so far in this final round of the Swiss. If you win, you make it through to tomorrow. If you lose, you head home going 2 and 3. You get a few points to take forwards, but you're still not where you want to be when you make it this far at the end of a long day. And then still have to go out. It can hurt this Swiss format. And Furia hurting NRG so far. Another pass into the center. Garrett G scrambling across to get the save. And a good demo as well, but Squishy couldn't quite get the catch. And Kyle can get the ball back to Yanks. Actually misses it. And now Garrett G has a chance maybe to make a counter for NRG. He wants to close this one down. Kyle gets in there. Justin's beaten to the ball. And Yanks gets into the center, but NRG are reading these passes into the middle really well.
Oof. But at the same time, they just conceded all of that space in the midfield and allow Furia to regain control of the ball. And Card is trying to make everybody second guess where it's going, and thankfully Squishy able to poke that one to the safety of the side wall. But right now, NRG got a decent bit of midfield pressure, but lacking in terms of overall ball control. Really got to find a way to stick on it.
Yeah, I mean, I said in the first game...
Well, there we go.
Wondered if solo plays might be an avenue they could focus on, and Garrett G, he answers the call.
Wins one challenge, wins the second challenge, doesn't get bumped off, and of course wins the third one. He just absolutely outpaced everyone on Furia there. What a play from Captain America.
It was clean there from Garrett G to give NRG the lead. We'll be able to do a little bit more. Keep going as they've started in this second game. Squishy, a lovely first touch, and the ball is missed by Card. Oh, Justin was trying to doink that one into the net. Didn't quite make it, but NRG continue on the attack. Garrett G to the ceiling. Wants to surprise Yanks. Does just about, but he still manages to dig the ball out towards Kaio. NRG back on the defense for a little while. They make the most of any boost advantages they get. And this man, Justin, he could be the key for NRG. That one's going to hit the corner. Garrett G coming in. Where's Squishy? Can he get a double? Can he get a flick reset? Can he do something with it? Instead, he drops it down to Garrett. But Kaio, he is so quick in defense. Furia, it's not just attacking where they are so difficult to beat to the ball. In defense as well, you think you're going to get that clean shot, and they're just there instantly.
I did like that idea from Squishy, though. He knew trying to shoot that one was definitely going to be a waste of time. Yes, Furia was able to read the pass down because it really didn't have the pace. But the idea that NRG are at least looking for each other and saying we have to find a way through this defense, we can't just go right at them because they're consistent enough on that front now. It's not like the past few years where you could kind of count on South America's defense to be a little spotty. They've leveled up in leaps and bounds. NRG, they know that.
They won't be giving anything for free for NRG. They'll have to earn every single goal they get. Transitions like that are so important from Justin, who tried to set up Squishy, but Kaio once again in so quick. Seems to be the main disruptor right now for Furia. NRG are showing some chances to counter-attack. Furia may be getting a little bit frustrated in this second game. Just have to keep their composure. No, the chances will come. The boost will end up in their control. Especially with a good backboard save, a good stop. Is it going to fall to Card? No. Garrett again. Good touches. So NRG a lot more even in this second game than they were in the first.
Yeah, and we're seeing them stay a lot tighter to the ball as well, even when they get strong touches on it. This is an awkward one to handle, and RG actually mistouches it. Card had a chance to bury one and sailed high on him.
RG takes a good first touch. It's in the corner now. That one's coming into the center. Kaio once again clears long, but Justin was in the perfect position. And the 50-50 game not working too well for Furia right now. NRG coming forward again. A really improved performance from them as a team and individually as well. That goal from Garrett G, the shining light in their second game. But now Furia come forward. They have to defend when the chance comes up. And they do just that. Garrett G, another touch. Kaio's in. Garrett G clears it. And NRG retain the lead.
And Card really smart there, not immediately diving to try and just jam that one off the wall, because now here's a better chance. And Squishy, beautiful read to go towards the bottom of the net. Card surprised that he even has a second look at this. And I think Furia is just trying to figure out how aggressive they want to be and how to hang on to the ball and still grab the boost and make sure that they have the time to recycle themselves. And NRG kind of does them a favor and flubs a few touches.
It's approaching that time for Furia where they do have to try and chuck everything at this NRG goal. They could be counted. Garrett G closed it down. Maybe this is the moment. Who's going to win this race? It is going to be Kaio again on cleanup control. Great touch towards Card, who goes to the double touch, but Squishy once again. He clears it, but Justin, he misses the ball. Garrett G is closing this one down. Kaio is in the race against him. Now here's Yanks. Card is beneath, just lingering, waiting for this ball to land, but more good backboard defense from NRG. They seem to have that bit locked down, and Squishy clears long yet again.
20 seconds. They're definitely poking and prodding around the corners of NRG, and you're right. This is where NRG actually does a lot of their work. They sit there and they'll let you take pot shots at their net. You have a great understanding of where everybody needs to be, and that's a big time waster dumped into the corner.
3 seconds left. Card misses the ball. Squishy just has to send this one down, and he manages it. And NRG, a massively improved performance from game one, managed to take game number 2. Much
cleaner, a lot fewer shots on net for everybody involved, but yeah, I don't think NRG really cares about that as long as the win column lights up in their favor. So great show from them. Garrett G, obviously, monster goal. But I think going forward into the next game, I don't know if you can really rely on letting Furia kind of just hold the ball at the midfield line for a minute and a half and see if you can outlast him. They did a great job here in game 2, make no mistake, but I mean, if you give them the continued looks, eventually they're going to get some type of setup that feels a lot better and they can execute on.
I mean, one man we can rely on, Achieves, is Shogun. I see you there, Shogi. We see you there.
I'm going to be looking up
in the
here,
wave.
an awful lot. All right, so the update on the other 2 games that are currently happening. Complexity have got triple match point and a goal up in game number 3 against Optic. So for those of you out there following the Rettle story, it may not be starting this season off too happily. And over in V1 PK, version 1 have just won that match over in overtime. Took 19 seconds. They are also on triple match point. So looks like we've got the close one over here, fellas.
Good. Good pick. Yeah, that's what we want to say.
Yeah, Chiefs is really happy about this.
I know. I'm so sorry, Achieves, that
I don't like
stress.
To this. All right, I'm not
this
generally
is not the show for a lack of stress.
I'm used to Europe being madness and insanity. I don't like it over here.
We're built for this at this point. We're ready to go. I had like my 9 p.m. coffee, and I was very, very happy to get to all of this. But you guys need to go and find out who is going to double match point over there. I'll let you know if anything changes on these other 2, and also give a shout if a team is through.
Ooh, good early save there from Garrett G. And NRG are starting to read these Furia passes, and they're just not proving that effective right now, Chiefs.
Well, that bodes well. So you can't really afford to let Furia sit there and take pot shots. If you feel like you're getting a really good line on where they're trying to move the ball, all the better for NRG. Garrett G trying to poke one straight into the top right corner and forcing a strong clear from Furia just to buy some time.
Ooh, there's a double commit there, but Justin, once again, his clearance is good enough to mean that there's no harm done. NRG still can come forward. Squishy just sends it long, asking Furia, what are you going to do? Card starts to answer the question, but Justin is there just to put a punctuation mark at the end of his answer. NRG closing down against Card. Really good touch as well from Garrett. And right now it's Furia that are looking penned in. They have to try and change their approach. I think now it's time for Furia to try and focus on these solo plays, but instead it's a brilliant pass in the center towards Card, and he smashes it in the net.
Look at how softly Yanks catches this. I mean, he is flying towards the floor, and that comes off like a peach. I mean, just so gentle across the middle, and I don't know how you're supposed to stop that if you're NRG. That was executed brilliantly. Another fake kickoff from Furia.
They're going for it again. Maybe this is the one that pays off. No, it's over the top. Kyle closed it down, but Justin manages to get a chunk of the ball and also the entirety of the man. NRG have some defending again from these kickoffs. They have been falling for Furious tricks once or twice so far in this series. Will that happen again? Right up against Squishy. Justin, can he get the redirect? Can he get the read? What is he going for? It's off the backboard. He does get it on target, but not quite enough power to get it home.
Yeah, and Garrett G really just trying to force it to stay in the box there. He knows Justin and Squishy need time to grab boost, but very awkward situation again where he doesn't really have a lot of options, and Yanks picks it off. Kaio will collect 2-0 Furia.
Your touch is going to have to be better than that, NRG. That is not going to work, Garrett. That is floaty. Justin wasn't really ready for it. Yanks is so quick at reading it as well. I'm pretty sure he essentially pre-jumped that. If you go back and look at the frames, he was jumping as the touch from Garrett was made, the speed at which he thinks and then does. Brilliant play from him as well. Yanks is waking up, and that is a scary thing for NRG.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about NRG really understanding how Furia wants to move the ball. That was the exact inverse. Furia says, it's going here, and we're scoring off it.
Furia, not just good mechanics, not just good thinking, also able to download their opponents as well as anybody. That is how you get to a top 4 finish at the World Championships. But NRG come back. Garrett G, a lovely double tap out of nothing at no angle. NRG back in it.
Pinpoint placement as well. What a throw over from Squishy. I mean, he had to use everything. He didn't have much in the tank to work with, but to react to a pass with that much force on it, still convert the tap off the backboard, beat the defense. Huge pass and shoot to keep him in this one. And I was about to say.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that second touch that he got, just nobody expected him to be able to whip his car around and force that one goalwards. Fortunately for NRG and unfortunately for Furia, didn't quite make it in, but Yanks is really starting to have some fun. He's already got 2 assists this game. You wouldn't bet against him getting a third before the time is up, as we are just halfway through it. There's NRG on the attack now. Kaio is just going to spin across the goal line and leave that one for Card. Yanks is let in, but his touch only as far as Squishy. Can he follow this one down? Kaio, who is such a good disruptor in that second game, despite the fact Furia lost it, to get involved again. And it's NRG that are having a lot of the ball. Furia maybe just starting to become a little bit deep for my liking, and NRG are coming forwards.
Oh, another dump. And NRG really trying to get a little misdirection. No one's really expecting you to go with a soft laydown into the middle of the field, and Justin just doesn't have the inertia behind him to really power that one towards goal, as Yanks also kind of get tied up with NRG on that transition.
Squishy up to the wall. He's got a couple of players in the center. He just gets a light touch that he hoped would be towards Justin, but in the end, will found its way to Garrett. He's in the air. He's got the flip reset. Almost, sort of, kinda. And here comes Justin. He prods it over the top of one. Yanks again. Not just a good saver. Sorry, not just a good striker. Also a good saver. He's going for this pinch, but it's not quite going to happen. Garrett G's getting his car in the way. He's almost redirecting the goal goalwards as well. Not quite to be so far for NRG, but they are getting closer.
The cover-up, the support, and understanding from Furia's defense right now, amazing. NRG trying to mix it up, go with the touches off the ceiling, go for a demo, and the guy rotating back from the midfield is recognizing that so early and making stops on that as well. NRG is throwing a lot at Furia's defense, and they're doing a great job keeping it out.
They are doing a great job. They're also keeping quite a lot of boost as well, so no clean touches for NRG in the air. And even there was an aerial save there from the Furia man. They do still have something in the tank. Squishy, though, is going to get a shot. He wants to roll it home. Kai was in the way. Squishy tees up Garrett G. Justin's beneath him. Hasn't really got too involved in this game yet as Justin. Maybe this is the moment. No, but yeah, there was a triple grip, but it's worked out well because it's Card that comes away with the ball.
Ooh, can he reach it?
One more chance, perhaps, for NRG. As Justin waits for Squishy's touch, which is a little bit heavy. Does get there in the end, though. In the center, back to Squishy. He's going to win this race, maybe. Yanks. So fast, though. Manages to get up to the air, but as fast as anybody. Actually up against Kaio and Justin with a little doink, almost a self-assist as well. Card to the side. Yanks just wants to slow this one right down and make it so that NRG don't get any more chances. He takes out Garrett G to try and compound the issue. Justin should get a touch, but it's not far enough. And Furia do go within one game of making it through to tomorrow.
What a show from Furia's defense right there to close that one out. I mean, a lot of shots there from NRG, 10 in total, and most of them coming late in the game. So great showing defensively for them. You love to see it. NRG kind of scratching their heads a little bit. I think your only real answer is to tighten it up a little bit, because while those pushes were pretty good and doing a nice job of getting the ball in shootable positions, unfortunately, they're coming from too far away and there's too much time to reactivate.
Wow, interesting stuff all around. Shogi, mate, talk us through what else is happening, because I'm buried into this series right here. I am beyond intrigued.
I'm just going to have to start like diving in on getting some updates over to you guys mid-series. Well, actually, I should say series, singular at this point, because version 1 they have qualified. They are through to the top 8 with a sweep up against the Pittsburgh Knights, who are now eliminated. However, for complexity, it hasn't quite been that simple. Optic Gaming are fighting back. They've got the first game that they need. They need 2 more. That second one is starting to go their way as well. They've got a goal up. They might be about to make it another one, but it was taken away from them. So we've got this series. We've got complexity versus Optic. That is all that is left for today's action. We could have 2 going over the Champions Field, depending on what this looks like. Optic, pretty adamant about Champions Field. They've got their second goal.
It's all quite sad, really, the Rocket League day coming to an end. I just adore these day 1 streams. I love seeing the results just streaming in. But in the end, Chiefs, it all comes down to these Game 5 and Series 5 matchups. And we're in quite a good one right here. It did seem from the first game that Furia would run away with it, but NRG have shown us in this series that they do at least have the idea of an answer to what Furia are bringing forward.
Yeah, great control in general of the pitch. Not so much in terms of closing the gap on Furia is really NRG's next big hurdle. How do you bring the ball onto the floor? How do you make sure that you're able to beat people in one-on-what?
Just a race win. I think that Furia's players assumed that their player would be able to beat Squishy here. And they were wrong.
Oh,
I mean,
not
you
in a million years.
Well, you see Yang's going for the ball, and even if he's a million miles away and my opponent is pretty much touching it, I'd be thinking, Yang's got it covered. He's going to get a block or do something. And on this occasion, they were wrong. Then NRG take the 3-1-0 lead.
Oof. That's a tough one to give up, but the real question is 1 enough? I guess they've already won a game 1-0 already if you're NRG, so if NRG decide to kind of batten down the hatches.
I would love to see NRG try and park the bus for 4 minutes against Furia.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
The most entertaining thing I think I've ever seen.
The thing about it is I totally believe it. Like, I don't know how hard they're really going to want to press here, just because they'd be so scared of getting caught on transition, because it's happened. They get demoed in a weird spot or something, and they're like, ugh.
We'll keep an eye on their third man. How far forward will he be playing? Right now, the answer to that is very deep. As you can see, Justin, the ball is just bouncing all the way over the top of him, and Kai was going for more as well. Wants to take to the ceiling to try and put Justin under some pressure. Justin did pretty well for himself, to be fair.
Oh, wow. So I'm cutting it over here.
Dive, my friend.
Oh,
Stogan,
oh, wow.
scored.
Well, you see what just happened with Furia, where they managed to tie the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, Complexity have done the same thing against Optic. It is now 2-2 over there.
Whoa.
Optic must get the next goal to keep themselves in the tournament.
Ooh.
Can I just say, if this turns into like a 10-minute overtime show, can you just cut in and tell us about some other series? Because I guarantee there will be a goal
Here's the
at
only
that
other
point.
series.
Well, tell us a goal about that one then. Thank you, Shogi. Now is Justin. To the back wall he goes. Squishy wants to keep it there as well. A little bit of pressure again from NRG. But the NRG players are asking for a pause. So maybe some
All right,
of
I
the...
guess I am doing this then. Do you want the play-by-play on the other game?
Yeah, go on.
All right, I think I got this. We got 6. We are in overtime, by the way, between Complexity and Optic Gaming. I've listened to plenty of radiocasts in my entire life, so this might hopefully go well. We do have Magic Bear in the offense. He looks for the infield pass. It's a good clear, though, as Optic just slowly putting the pressure on. They've not really decided to go for the all-in just yet, just controlling those midfield boosts, and that does lead to Complexity finding a good midfield clear. This better not go for that 10 minutes, by the way, that Cole was talking about. That's Complexity.
Yeah, we'll hang out to dry.
dear.
We can't see the game, you know?
I mean,
so
yeah,
we're
that is
all
exactly what
you.
it is.
10 minutes.
At this moment in time.
I mean, are you
But
just
really-
watching the stream? I can get it up too. I can. Have a
I mean, yeah,
little
you
look
can
here.
actually 100% help me out.
Oh, we're bringing it
with
up,
this
apparently.
one.
We can actually see
cool.
it as live.
Oh, Johan's helping us out. I forgot we had a production. It's
Yeah, exactly. We're not just mates hanging out. We are actually doing a show right now.
I usually do actually forget this on this broadcast. Oh, actually, that could have been it. That should have been better.
This is overtime, right?
Oh,
This
yeah.
is
Cool,
overtime. Complexity get the goal, they move on. If Optic get the goal, we go to Champions Field.
I mean, I'm going to say, considering we've got some tech issues on the NRG Furia side, I'm rooting for Optic right now. This is our lifeline.
Yeah, we could do with a hand.
I mean, how much have you been watching this series at all, Shogi?
I mean, the only other stories going on,
to...
so I've been watching very intently.
Okay, well, in that case, talk us through it. Who's playing best? How many points has Magic Bear got? If you're watching that intently.
That's such a Gibbs trivia question, that one.
Current score.
It's been, to me at the very least, it's looked nervy, and you can understand why on both sides. That was certainly as close as you can possibly get. But there's a lot riding on this for both teams. Complexity, as was mentioned earlier on, they were the team that made this move. For Ciara, this is the one that he has got to try and prove to himself this was a good decision for himself. As for Optic and Rattles especially, proving not necessarily everybody wrong, just the people that maybe didn't believe that he was the right man for the job. So somebody's going to be very happy coming out of this. Somebody's going to be not quite so happy. And here is the impressive bit about all of this is that it's not really job done if you get through this round. If you want to get the amount of like average points that you're going to need to try and secure that top 5, you need to still win your quarterfinal matchup tomorrow just to still be in a good running. And
I mean, that gets
that
harder,
was
right?
an attempt on net.
It basically shows how difficult it is to break into the top 5 in any region, especially North America, I would say at the moment, considering you've got Genji, who have made the old hop across the Atlantic. Complexity already had last season, and now Furia as well. It's getting pretty busy up there. If those 3 make the major, only 2 fully North American teams will be there.
And given how the points are as well, winning the tournament has never been more important. You know, you can be as consistent as you want, getting yourself that tournament win, and just letting maybe the rest of the league eat each other.
All you're doing is making
out.
me really, really sad that one of NRG and Furia doesn't play the weekend, Shogun.
But maybe we can. How about positivity? Glass half full. One of them could win the whole thing.
That's true. I mean, I've already said it before. I'd be happy if Furia won the whole thing. I will throw NRG on the pyre.
Furia to win enough tournaments at this point that they surely win one. I'm just going to keep going until it eventually happens.
Until you're right.
They did. They won Gamers 8, did Furia, so they have one in their
I was
time.
rooting for that one. Doesn't count.
Oh, it doesn't count. I see. Because it's the crew battles. Yeah, no. I think they think it counts.
Yeah.
The confetti falling on them
Johnny,
thought it counted.
I don't rate 1v1.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, that would cause some right problems between me and my casting partner, wouldn't it?
The thing is, you can't make jokes on a broadcast because people are going to go, what? Shogun hates 1v1?
Listen,
No way.
I will say whatever I can before Cole realizes I managed to shift us away from me play-by-playing this for 10 minutes.
Brilliant. True masterclass in misdirection.
As a little update, I'm keeping an eye on the lobby going on right now, and I think they're approaching being able to get back. I'm just looking at I won't obviously say what's being said, but I'm looking at the conversation going on in-game. So hopefully we're nearly there. It was Justin's internet, but that seems like it's sorting itself out as time goes on. And that's my very unofficial update from what I can see. As we carry on watching Complex TV Optic Gaming with a mercifully long overtime.
This is what I meant by nervy when you guys asked me about this earlier on. It's send one and hope he does enough to justify sending a second. Like, defense prioritized, a lot of air dribble attempts, just not wanting to send the house, hoping that the mistake comes through from your opponent rather than maybe taking that risk yourself.
Which surprises me, at least from Complexity's point of view, because CRR is an incredibly attacking player. I remember seeing him with Dorito for White Demons, and those guys are fearless, and they were fearless when they were up against, storied pros. So I guess maybe it's the extra pressure of moving over that's just made him take a step back. So hopefully he and his team will begin to play the expansive way that we know that they can as time goes on, because there is a lot of pressure. There's a lot of new pressure. You move to a new country, and let's say you bomb out top 16 the first two tournaments. Suddenly you think, have I
it's not
made a
that
horrible
guaranteed
mistake?
to just get top 16 anymore, is it?
True.
It's a lot more difficult than it's ever been.
Open format is
you
no
are
joke.
representing North America at Rotterdam. You are very much deserving of that position. And that 10-minute overtime is starting to seem like it was inevitability. Have you just got like the different prediction abilities to me, Cole?
We might even have some North Americans there in Rotterdam, which would be quite amazing.
We just might. I don't know how many. Oh, wow. Optic.
Are we able to do a listen-in on this? Maybe. I don't know how long we're... Okay, we've been told absolutely not.
That's a hard no.
Yeah, Shogun, we have to do our job.
The sound of panic in our producer's voice for reasons that we're not clever enough to understand. So thanks for letting us know, buddy. But no, it's a good overtime, though. You like to see a lot of old overtime, always fun. Will it get to 10 minutes? That's my
what was
question.
the one that we had earlier on today? It was
9:10, I think. 9 minutes and 10 seconds.
It was something quite long. That was like the 15th longest RLCS overtime, and we're still hurling towards it.
Now, don't ask me why 9 minutes and 10 seconds are stuck in my brain when I have the memory of a sieve. For some reason, that was there. That's locked. I'll remember that in 3 years' time.
Is that it? Oh, okay. I really thought AJG was just about to dunk Optic into oblivion right there. 9 minutes, 10 seconds is probably something, but it may not be the thing.
If this is over at 9 minutes, 10 seconds, there will be inquiries to this.
Oh, no. Don't say that. It was indeed 9 minutes 10, the 15th longest overtime of all time. Oh, good work, team.
Hey,
you're genius, Cole.
You're on it.
Yeah. Who was it?
Furia. We knew you were on it.
Who was it who predicted really well an overtime length?
Oh my gosh, what a save. That pass was so good.
I think it was a lot, right? Like 3 years ago, he predicted one to the second.
Yeah, a lot. Got like a brilliant BTS, I think it was.
Yeah, that was good. That was fun.
Anyway, I would say thankfully, not quite thankfully, but we're timing this quite well here that the issues are going just as long as this overtime is.
Yeah, right.
Imagine
Most
being
complete Rocket League broadcast possible.
Like, if you're Complexity right here and you lose this overtime after hitting that many juicy passes into the middle,
I want
I
to
just
remind you, by
feel
the way,
terrible.
Optic were winning this by 2 with like a minute and a half left.
wait, okay.
There is a lot going on.
8:20. Okay. Higher or lower? People in chat can play as well. Higher or lower than the 9 minute and 10 seconds that we had earlier on today?
We're pretty close. I'm gonna go higher.
I'm gonna go lower. I mean, my odds are rapidly.
You think we're done in the next 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Does anybody else here believe, by the way, that we've got
We
like,
just might
more?
be.
Do we have more overtimes that end like 9 minutes than we do 7? I feel like once we get to a certain point of overtime, it just always adds an extra 3 minutes on.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's got to be it. That's got to be it. That is it.
Oh, it's under.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Okay, so we have Champions Field. So thankfully, despite the fact that it is going to be coming to us in just a moment, we will have even more Rocket League ready to go because we are still awaiting the match between NRG and Furia. I almost said FaZe. I feel like that's just sort of been sort of programmed within me as today has gone along. But yeah, Champions Field happening over there. We also might be getting Champions Field between NRG and Furia.
I mean, this is the fun, the beauty of the day one streams. If anyone actually wants to go and watch that broadcast in full, you're more than welcome to do that. I'm not sure what the URL is, but as Shogun so eloquently pointed out earlier, click on Rocket League if you're watching on Twitch, and you can have a look at all of the
I know Complexity are doing it over on their official Complexity channel. We got Dex over there on that one. I'm seeing a lot of very well-deserved credit for the Complexity casting duo. So make sure you go and check out over on that one, or go and find whatever you want to. Really, it has been a very, very exciting day of Rocket League. And in fact, it's been so exciting. We're going straight back over to Complexity Optic.
This is nice. I feel like we are just hanging out watching Complexity Optic.
I mean, I've already had a moment here where I've revealed that I forget that I'm on broadcast on occasion.
I thought that whole thing was game 5 right there. Oh my gosh.
Jeez, how long have we been doing this for? It's always
too long.
Field.
I was sitting there like, I can't believe they lost that game. Like, that's devastating. And then you were like, we're going to go back and watch
now
it.
The way you were reacting.
Yeah, and now I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, the teams are good, all right? They know that Champions Field has to be used for Game 5.
Yeah, I'm glad they know what's going on. Clearly, I don't.
Mate, no blame should be going towards you on this one, or any of us. This is one of those broadcasts where losing track is just kind of part of it, and we have to put each other on the right road.
I mean,
on occasion.
Before I sort of joined this broadcast, I was also trying to keep track of the EU qualifiers as well. So that's 16 simultaneous matches.
Oh yeah, I saw Williams' result got
times.
reverse swept on that one. Ironically, also after I tweeted about how nice they were and giving me a shirt, clearly leads to great things.
Never be nice to people, Shogi.
No, I'm never getting a shirt ever again.
Is your computer trying to go to space, Cole? That many streams open?
Yeah, I mean, it was only my laptop as well, so the poor thing did sound like
fans
it was about
at 500%.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I would
hanging
love
on
to
to
see.
it, flying.
By the way, we did a little bit this last season, Cole. But if anyone wants to tweet at us, #RLCS, show us your setups that you've got for watching this weekend. I want to see, are you on the couch? Are you, you got the full multiple monitor setup happening for your PC? I also want to see the snack selection that everyone's got going on
it's
themselves.
True. The snacks may be more important to me.
They are. That you will be judged. The entire casting crew very likely giving you. What do you think the casting crew would do? Would it be a 1 to 10 scale, or do you think it would be like a A?
We may just go 1 to
yeah.
5.
1 to 5.
Snack or
which
no
I guess
snack.
could be, S tier scaled down. That's essentially 1 to 5.
Use the hashtag RLCS snack, RLC snack, RLCS.
RLC snack, yeah. With the capital S.
A very unofficial hashtag there that I probably shouldn't recommend.
Whoa, AJ? Okay. What happened?
Because when you said AJ, I didn't know if you were going to put a G on the end. Like, ooh, which team's done something good?
True.
This is another close.
It's one of those
game.
series, really. It's just
It's
the
the
moment
boomer
this
clear.
series got to 2-2, everything completely changed. This is not one of those, I'm going to go back and rewatch it sort of series. This is, if you're a fan of this series, you're really hating every moment because you don't know when it's going to change. You're not seeing your team play the way you're used to seeing them play. Oh,
true.
Shots!
Wow.
Ooh.
Bang.
Hello. That's a spicy meatball.
I mean, that's going to open up this game as well. Now that goal has gone in, suddenly Complexity going to have to push, especially because they were the team that were 2-1 up. So they will really be feeling this.
That's
It opens
fully
up that mistouch too. That's tough.
That's fully sort of rewarding the aggression to stay downfield. So, I mean, yeah, Complexity now got to fully go for it.
I do. I am having a little look at this lobby right now, which is very close to being made. I don't know if I'm allowed to confirm, but I'm
I will look at the
so I
camera
am
at some
anyway.
point, by the way. I probably won't.
You're looking at my laptop.
know where my
floating up
second
in
monitor
space.
is.
Yeah, a little
I am
bit
actually
over
looking
there.
into space.
I feel like somebody's going to zoom in on your eyes and click enhance and see everything that you're looking at on your computer. So no leaks, please, my friend.
All right, well, we don't have it up right here right now, but if I'm keeping an eye. I'm keeping a full-on eye on this one. I saw... Okay, I'm hearing that things are good for our game. I'm going to pretty much kind of stay on a little bit for like the last minute here. I'll have you two cast, but once they get up and running, but I'm sure people will want to hear whether or not Optic are able to close this out and complete the reverse sweep. No, it's 1-1.
Ooh.
Cole, we both know as soon as he comes in with the update, someone's scoring.
Yeah, exactly.
The moment we cut into this game.
Yeah, exactly. If it's like 2-1 with 5 seconds left, I'll be like, Shogun, we want a 0-second equalizer. Justin does it. Shogun, you know what you're saying, all right?
They should have scored right there. I think Garrett G just landed on Justin and that tanked him from scoring that one. That was free.
Well, they weren't quite able to do it, but it is still 1-1, so hopefully all of those internet issues have been sorted and we can finish this series and see a fair winner either way. Card just puts that one into the corner. There was obviously that early chance for NRG after the reset, and it is tough. You do have to completely reset yourself after a break like that. All these players do. So it suddenly becomes a huge question of which team is going to do that better, because Furia, they did have some momentum going into that point.
You do get kind of put on ice. It was a long break too. You needed to make sure everything was spick and span, as Card rightly so just take that on a dribble, force the one-on-one with Justin, and that's actually a quite quality clear all the way to the back post. But you're not kidding. I mean, it's tough to mentally refocus because it's so easy. You know, the rhythm of Rocket League. You're used to 5 minutes at a time, 5 minutes at a time. You take a 10-minute break and then you come back in. It's like, bang, you have 3 minutes on the clock. It's tied. No mistakes allowed. It's tough to really mentally reset.
Penultimate update from me, by the way. Overtime. Complexity Optic, Game 5.
Cool. That one going right to the wire. Hopefully we'll have the same here. And we'll have a good old, long old day of Day 1 Rocket League. That's what the people want to see. Let's see if Furia allow that to
update
happen.
is now final update. Optic are moving on to they win off a goal from Magic Bear. The entirety of Complexity crowded in one spot, and unfortunately, they can't win the 1v3 Kaio.
How does this get through 3 defenders?
They're all looking. Look at the magic of Shogun's dulcet tones achieves. We know this.
To be fair, that placement was pretty good. It's not like they were sitting there camped in the net. They were all rotating back in, and that was the only hole that was open pretty much. Great shot, Kaio, but man, that's tough.
Now they could get another one. Oh, Kaio can't quite get that one on target. And as you coming forward, Squishy's to the left to go for the bump or the demo or the passing play. In the end, it's not quite any from Garrett G. Let's be something with a bit more, just a bit more decisive there from NRG there with that counter-attacking chance. We do still have time though. Garrett G now can make up for it. He gets the double and he sinks it. Garrett rolling back the years. What a finish that is.
That is the tightest line you're gonna see for a while. Oh, had to spin the car in reverse to make sure he got the angle. Didn't have time to rotate back the other way. The mental gymnastics you gotta do to do that in a split second. What a play.
While keeping track of your car as well. Which way's left, which way is right. That is a beauty from Garrett. Just when it was seeming that Furia were about to run away with it, NRG get back into it. 40 seconds now away from overtime. Squishy up against Yanks. Yanks wins the 50-50 cleaning. Now Garrett G has a turn as well. He waits. Good composure from him. Can't quite get it past Kaio though. Justin's coming in into the corner. Card is beaten to the ball by Justin. How's the 50-50? It's high. Garrett G's there. He can't get this one on target, though, and it's picked up. 20 seconds left, and no clear-cut chance for NRG.
Oh, Justin might, though. Hang on. Huge save from Yanks right there at the top of the net. Squishy trying to break down the defense as well. Card deflects one off Garrett G, and Justin happy to run out the clock. Maybe take the last pot shot here off the ceiling. Stolen away by Yanks. And the last chance will belong to no one. Definitely going to go into overtime. Smashed into the floor. What an equalizer from Garrett G to keep yourself in the tournament.
Yeah, to keep your head up as well after all this Rocket League, after these breaks. Garrett shows us why he is so resilient. The only man to be at every single RLCS World Championship. He's been there, he's seen there, he's done it all. Serve his team, but Furia, they are the new guard. They're the new people in this region. They are desperate to make it into that top 8. That's a chance though for Squishy. He can't quite get the power on the redirect, and Card beats it away.
Justin kind of just chucked one across the middle. No one on NRG thought they were going to be able to get there for free, so they didn't even bother.
Justin's going to have 100 boost, but he does have Card just staring down him. Does manage to get it past him, which is good, but Kaio is waiting in the perfect position. Yanks is brought in. Squishy underneath this one. Justin won't be able to turn there, so Squishy has to win the race against Kaio. And Kaio once again just manages to slow down NRG's approach, stop them attacking at the source. Squishy has a chance to get a flick reset here. No, instead he goes for the old-fashioned air dribble. It's going to come straight down until Kaio sends it to the side. It's decent play from NRG. They are getting some clean touches, and they're getting these air dribbling opportunities.
They're making sure to control a lot of the midfield boost as well. It's really limiting a lot of Complexity's counterattack potential there, but that's kind of a weak clear. Now they're going to press forward. Have to expect them to be ready on the midfield line.
Justin is going to be able to win this one cleanly. There was a miss from somebody. Maybe there was a bump in the center, one of the Furia players, but they're able to make the most from it, and now Kaio can send it back to NRG, but none of these touches from Furia are particularly powerful. Not doing too much against NRG, doing nothing for Furia. Garrett G, on the other hand, he's got this game maybe in his sights. Just into the ceiling, but can't quite get his next touch. Now here's Garrett again, NRG's best performer over here on Utopia. He tees up Justin. Where's that one going? It's nowhere for now. Kaio with another touch, and he is boost-starved, so he can't do too much with it. Does manage to get it towards Card, though. That's good play from him. And in comes Justin. NRG going toe-to-toe with Furia at this point.
Ooh, and Yanks with pressure as well. Positioning from NRG, very good right now. They definitely understand exactly where the ball is headed. As I say that, Squishy caught just a smidge forward and has to kind of readjust, but that's okay. In general, they've really got this one ironed out. They know where the ball is headed. They're in great positions to keep possession. Justin will set up Squishy. NRG's going all the way to Game 5. They will not go quietly, and no free wins for either South American team here.
Oh my goodness, Justin. Couldn't quite get the double flip reset, but did not need it. Just pushed the ball into the wall, and Squishy there at the far post does take it to Game 5. I mean, I feel for you, Achieves, because already going into this one, you were stressed and you were tense. Champions Field! How are we going to handle this, Shogun? How are we going to handle this after this day we've had?
Mate, I've never been so happy to not be casting. This has been, for all intents and purposes, objectively incredible. What a day we have had to start this season, and we are going to see either Furia or NRG eliminated before we even make it to the weekend playoffs. It has been incredible. One of these teams is going to follow on and join V1 and Optic in that top 8. I had NRG for this, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I very much chose NRG.
Yes, I gave you NRG.
Yeah, cheers, Chiefs. I'm loving it.
You do get to be the smuggest host ever.
Not yet.
Right.
Not yet. I mean, that is a high bar to try and clear. But it's one that I feel like I will really strive towards. But we will see who is able to make it through. Furia, well, I feel like seeing them on Champions Field kind of invokes memories. For NRG, seeing them on Champions Field invokes memories. Let's see who's going to add to their chapters.
It's a decent start here from Furia. We've got Yanks in the corner. Tries to squeeze it past Justin, as you mentioned, Shogun. So many stories for these 6 players on this here pitch. Beautiful times in Rocket League's history, but this is the present, this is the now, and it's Yanks with the ball. He gets the double tap. Can he get another one? He can! Garrett G sends it towards Squishy. It remains 0-0.
beautiful approach from Yanks. Carved up the defense, and Garrett G, what a save to dive across the net. Understanding exactly where that one's headed. Nice pass over the Yanks. Unfortunately, the touch goes a little errant on him. And Furia trying to figure out if they can get any type of bump to throw off the rhythm of NRG's defense.
You're right about rhythm. I mean, NRG are defending so much faster than I think Furia are expected. These extra little touches that they're getting, really taking Furia by surprise. But that is a miss there from Squishy. Will it be punished by Kyo? Not quite. Yanks tries to put it into the top corner. He's not able to. Squishy up against Card. Card keeps the pressure on. Justin is trying to bide his time. He's not able to do it. Garrett has to win this race, and yet again is able to. NRG answering every question levied at them by now by the new people in this region.
Whether it's by a wide margin or a thread, they do hang on. But NRG, I know we've seen them play defense against a lot of really great offenses, and they do a good job, but how long does it last? You'd like to see them start to get some type of pressure. Already 5 shots for Furia, 1 for NRG, just over a minute and a half into game 5.
You say that, but will Furia and their new settings and their new setup start to get a little bit itchy if NRG continue to deny them on the goal line? That's the main question, and I think at this point, that's what NRG will be hoping for. Just stay solid and take the one chance that you get. We saw it on Utopia. Justin, his brilliant mechanics, managing to get that easy finish for Squishy in the overtime. And we'll see if history can repeat itself. As Squishy puts it wide, then wins the race. Yanks is a little bit in trouble here if Kyo doesn't get this ball against Justin. He does enough, at least for now. Justin's coming in, fakes it in fact, slows it down. NRG dictating the pace of this game on Champions Field.
Ooh, and Squishy needs a lot of help for this one. Garrett G definitely felt, I think, compelled there to try and force that one rather than actually thinking he was going to. He was in position, no reason to throw off the rhythm. Passed a little bit behind Garrett G, and that is definitely the biggest wrench that NRG's had thrown in their rotation so far. An errant touch, and it costs them. Kyle picks off the rebound here because they had to readjust on the missed pass, and Justin can't get back to it in time.
It was an old-school passing play that suddenly presented itself almost unexpectedly to NRG. And as soon as it didn't work, when one pass was just 3 degrees too much to the left, instantly Furia capitalize against them and give themselves a lead. And now we're going to see NRG chasing. Maybe they'll get it straight away, but what a save that is from Yanks. So important in defense, as well as all the assists, all the goals that he gets, all the brilliance that he brings to the team mechanically. Sometimes he's just good at reading the game and getting his car in the way. And Card was in the way that time. Furia looking like they're up for the defense. Can NRG keep pressing them? But now here is Yanks up against Garrett. And Garrett gets the block.
Ooh, and the win on the ball as well with the boost steal in the midfield. A lot of good opportunities here for NRG if they can wrest control away from Card.
Justin can't do too much of that one, so Squishy has to head back, and that's a massive boost grab there from Kyo. That could really put Furia on the attack. Until Garrett G manages to get it past him. Not too much boost to play with. In fact, he's got nothing in his tank at all. So Yanks can just slow things right down. Time is beginning to tick away. 1 minute and 25 seconds. NRG going to keep coming forward. Garrett G playing in front of the ball, still playing with confidence and belief. Our NRG, something that in their time has seemed to drip away from them. No signs of that here. Squishy's going to shoot. It's over one, but not quite the other.
Ooh, and Card, now you enter time waste mode if you're Furia. You've got your 1-goal lead. You know you don't have to score again. Make sure you send 2 back. You can't afford to let NRG score on an easy transition goal. You have to make Garrett G hit a worldie like he did or something similar to tie the game back up.
Yeah, they're going for these big first touches, they're NRG, and Furia are reading them every single time. So I see someone go for maybe a flick reset and air dribble. Something to tempt Furia's defense in. But Furia, they're doing so well. They're winning this race as well. Here's going to be Yanks. He could finish it. And he does manage to finish it. Justin diving across the goal. Couldn't quite get there. And that's 2 for Furia.
The double commit in the corner finally cost NRG. And Justin, there was a lot of net to cover. No guarantees you're making the save. And Yanks refusing to be denied yet again. Puts in a big insurance goal. Maximum pressure here for NRG. Now, what? You're joking! Oh. What is that pass from Justin?
How on earth has he forced this angle? Let's see, Kyo gets the touch, and then Justin with a double touch dunk across the goal for Squishy, who rolls home. 30 seconds left. 1 goal needed achieves.
The same situation you were just in?
Oh,
Okay, who
it doesn't
cares?
work. Garrett G, he can flick it forwards. Justin can't quite get there. Squishy turns away, allowing Justin to have the ball. Who's going to win this one? It's going to be Yanks. He gets there. He could kill it right now. It's into the corner, but Garrett G stands tall at the goal line. Card now, they both missed the ball. Kyo into the corner. NRG just want the ball. Justin's backwards. He doesn't care. He just has to touch it. Now it's Squishy up against Card. Justin, he will get a chance here. Can he get the flick reset? Not quite. Garrett G is there, but it's not going to fall for him. Yanks prods it past them. The despairing dives of NRG will not be enough. Furia knock them out, and it's they that will make it into the top 8.
Well. The region swap pays dividends. How about showing up and knocking out one of North America's favorite teams in NRG? Oh my days.
I mean, I was just love watching or seeing in the corner of my eye your webcam achieves and also Shogun's as well. You were falling off your chair. Your headphones were off. Your headphones were on. You never looked comfortable. I don't think anybody watching that supporting either team was comfortable for a good 6 minutes there.
Man, I mean, I can't say I'm surprised. Like, they were up 1-0 for a while, and I still didn't even believe it. But as soon as Justin hits that pass, you're like, oh, here comes the magic again. You know what I mean?
It seemed that way. It did seem that way. Champions Field always manages to spring